I live at sea level, and at sea level, things are real cool. The air pressure is perfect, it's easy to breathe. But here's something interesting: living at sea level, you don't notice any issues with breathing if you don't have breathing issues. If you don't have asthma, if you don't have pulmonary issues, your breathing is pretty much unaffected. But what if the altitude changed? Because the truth is, it's hard to breathe at the top. Think about that one. It's hard to breathe at the top. The more the altitude increases, the harder it is to breathe. As you go up, the air gets thinner and your blood circulation starts pumping because it's trying to get oxygen to the vital organs. You know, at sea level, it's 3 times the amount of air pressure that it is at the top of Mount Everest. So you can imagine how much easier it is to breathe at sea level than it is at an altitude like Mount Everest. But it is possible. You can breathe at that altitude. You can function at that altitude and you can live, but you've got to be careful. It's harder to function at that high level, and most people are going to fall off at that point. Success mimics altitude, and it's harder to function when you get high levels of success. And you have to be intentional and deliberate in what you do and the actions you take because the resources are less and less. You have to be selective about what you're going to engage in, how much energy you're going to exert, and you want to be intentional because you know that with each step, it's purposeful and meaningful for the purposes of rising and going higher. Similar to success and similar to our lives. Be purposeful and meaningful because the more success you have, the less people that are going to be around you. They're not going to be able to handle it. But you're also having to be more deliberate about the steps you take because you don't have a lot of resources up there. Each successful step requires more intentionality. Each successful step requires a deliberate purpose for which way you're going and why you want to do it. Not everybody's going to join you up there if they can't handle it, and it's harder to breathe at the top.